guys have brought some legal actions, but in prior conversations you said...
Today, approximately a dozen New York City firefighters are among countless other New York City employees that are facing termination for refusing to get vaccinated on the New York City vaccine mandate program. These firefighters spent a career in service to the city, protecting the lives and property of New York City residents at the risk of their own lives, health, and safety. Most, if not all of them, became infected with COVID directly from their work for the city, and it's appalling to myself and many others that natural immunity that was gained by the infection from working for New York City was then ignored by New York City as an acceptable alternative to vaccination. Natural immunity has become accepted as an acceptable alternative in many countries around the world, and ironically at the same time we are learning that the vaccine's protection for many of us has a shorter shelf life than originally predicted. There has been more than enough time since the vaccine mandate came into effect for New York City to study the natural immunity of its own members. With the data it has regarding its own employees, this sadly was not done, and forced vaccinations and terminations were a quicker and more efficient solution. In New York City, there's more care and effort put into planning and the studies conducted on the placement of a bike lane on New York City street than on the effects and necessity of a vaccine mandate for its employees.
And Secretary Walsh came up with what they thought was a private sector plan for all private sector employees. They had a vaccine or a test.
To those of my members facing termination, I have to say I am proud of you for holding the line, but I still encourage you to get the vaccination before it's too late. In the end, I am hoping that the decision you make in the long run is the right decision for you and your family. And if you choose not to get vaccinated, please get your affairs in order with the department and resign on your own terms before New York City fires you.
The union movement, the public union movement, have a sense of how many have been granted and which agencies, because I'm hearing wide-ranging results. Some places,
Well, we don't want to see any of our members get fired. You know, in the end, this is a decision they will have to make for themselves. You know, everyone has to make an isolated decision, and we can only encourage them, you know, not to lose their jobs. I feel some people will regret it in the end, which is another reason why I wish they would keep the door open. You know, there is no reason to permanently and definitively fire someone today, where we do have policies in place where members can take a one-year leave of absence. I have asked the commissioner to allow members that are facing termination to take a one-year leave of absence, and he has denied that request.